Washington won against Pittsburgh and ended up in a 48-46 final. That was the start of it. We've got arena football on tap tonight in Chicago, where the Bruisers will host the Denver Dynamite.
That's right. Explosive, to say the least. Now, we'll have that game for you at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Right now, we're going to go to the Rosemont Horizon, live to Bob Rathbun and Lee Corso. And you're about to make broadcast television history tonight with the new sport.
Indeed, Tim. Points, points, and more points here in Chicago expected as the Bruisers go up against the Dynamite. Lee Corso will be analyzing the action. And, Lee, this is a game where offense is the byword.
Absolutely. The field's only 50 yards long, so when you throw a long pass, you got a touchdown instead of a long gain.
And the nets are going to come into play. This is a new facet of this game, which is completely new to football.
Absolutely. The nets are live. You can throw the ball or kick it and catch it off the net and run back for a touchdown. Or the defensive team can recover it for a touchdown. That adds more points.
So in a kicking game, theoretically, you can miss a field goal. And if you get downfield, you can cover it for a touchdown. We should see a lot of points going up on that board.
Absolutely. There's no punts in this league, so therefore there's a lot of chances for field goals. And they hope to make a lot of them. That adds 3 points every time.
The skill people certainly come into play, and the biggest of them all may be a scrambling quarterback.
The quarterback's got to be quick. He's got to throw the ball. Everything happens so fast in this small. It's like playing football on a postage stamp.
Another factor is the return man. Usually you try to get good field position in the outdoor game, but here indoors it's doubly important.
Especially since the ball comes off the net and it's live. They got a guy number 1, Smith, for Chicago, and it's Dynamite, 5'6".
For Denver, they've got a brand-new quarterback, Stuart Mitchell, just out of college in Cornell, and Mike Holt, who played at South Carolina, will be the starting quarterback for Chicago. It should be an interesting affair, a lot of points, and we're excited about it. Coming up at 9 tonight right here on ESPN.
All right, Bob and Lee, thank you very much. You're going to be the answers to trivia questions in the 90s. The year 2000, people want to know who did it. Corso and Rathbun did it.
And it was the Bruisers and the Dynamite.
That's right, with a kid for the Bruisers that was Dynamite, as Lee said.
Little guy to play tonight. We're fixing it.
Indoor professional football traces its roots to the 1932 NFL championship game here in Chicago at Chicago Stadium as the Bears the ninth garden on a grass. The Fighting Irish met the college all-stars. And tonight, football again moves to the great indoors, this time with a new twist. It's arena football, and it's next on ESPN. Welcome to the Rosemont Horizon and the reincarnation of pro football's Iron Age. It's called the Iron Age because in this league, everyone except the quarterback and the kicker plays both ways. There are plenty of other differences between arena football and the outdoor variety. The most obvious is the size of the field. It's half as long and half as wide as a traditional gridiron. It's bounded in the end zones by giant nets on either side of the goalposts, and a ball that hits these nets is in play. Arena football is played with 8 men on a side, and those 8 men hurdle themselves around the smaller field with reckless abandon. For the fans in the arena, there's a special feeling of being right on top of the action. Hi, everybody. This is Bob Rathbun, and our analyst coach in the Big Ten and the USFL. And, Lee, as you study this arena game, it really combines the best components of several sports.
Absolutely. It's very unique. It's outdoor football played on the size of a field like a National Hockey League rink, but with some of the best NBA rules.
You mentioned the
That's very important. Very important in winning this game. And then obviously if there's a lot of field goals, there's a lot of returns, and Reggie Smith, number 1 of Chicago, could be the most dynamic player in the whole league.
Last night in Pittsburgh, arena football made its debut with the homestanding Pittsburgh Gladiators. And it should be repeated several times in arena football. Lee Corso explains when we come back.
Now here's a kick by Larson. It is high enough. It is wide to the right. It comes off the net. It's touched by one of the commandos. It's a free ball. Who's going to get it? It's still loose. And the Gladiators have the football. They've jumped on it for a touchdown.
One of the most interesting aspects to arena football are the rebound nets. They're attached to each upright in the end zones. The analyst for arena football, Lee Corso, explains.
Okay, it's the opening kickoff arena football. If the ball comes to me, I can take it and return it normally. If the ball is kicked to me and it goes over my head and hits the net, the ball is live, I can catch it and take off with it. If it goes over my head, hits the net, and is live, they could get it. Now, let's try one of those. Man, I could have returned that one. All right, now, you take this. Notice the field goal is only 9 feet wide and 15 feet high to crossbar. Because it's so narrow, we're liable to have a lot of missed field goals. The same rules pertain for field goals as kickoff. Now, the passing game. I go in the end zone, I catch it, touchdown. I go in the end zone, it's thrown over my head, I catch it, touchdown. I always want to do one of those.
The opening kickoff is just moments away as the Bruisers of Chicago play host to the Denver Dynamite. It's arena football, and we'll be back in a moment. ESPN's coverage of arena football is brought to you by Hardee's. We're out to win you over. By Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By United Airlines, the only airline offering low fares to all 50 states. You're not just flying, you're flying the friendly skies. And by USA Wet, the sports drink with less sodium and more potassium. It's hard-working refreshment. The Rosemont Horizon in suburban Chicago. And you're looking at Nick Mickemeyer, number 20 for the Bruisers. He'll be kicking off for Chicago. And back deep for Denver is Chris Brewer, standing in his own end zone. He's the deepest man there. Arena football on ESPN. And Mickemeyer is running. Here's the opening kickoff. And it is into the nets and playable. It's a live ball and will be returned by Denver. Chris Brewer, he's at the 5. Runs into his own man, cuts back, cuts over the 5, and gets out to the 7, and we are underway. One of the key men in arena football is the quarterback. And there's the starter for Denver, just out of Cornell, 6'3", 205 pounds, Stuart Mitchell. He'll lead the Dynamite up to the line of scrimmage. Denver sends to the near side, number 20, Larry Friday. He's got speed to burn. Back to pass goes Mitchell. Down the sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver was Steve Trimble on the far side. So it will be second down and 10 for Denver. Let's take a look at the Denver Dynamite offensive starters. We mentioned Mitchell. He'll be in there at quarterback. And keep in mind, in arena football, you must play both ways, so you see both their offensive and defensive listings. Rich Prather is the fullback. Trimble is in there at a tailback. Chris Brewer, the wideout. Harris, Kane, and Smith up front. And Larry Friday, the aforementioned wide receiver. Second and 10 from the 7-yard line. Complete out of the backfield to Prather. And he's knocked out of bounds over the 10 at about 13-yard line. Bill Stone made that last tackle for Chicago. And a look at the Bruiser defense. Bill Stone, number 32, in at a linebacker spot. Larkin, Johnson, Griffin up front. And the secondary with Rogers and Hill and Smith and Hinn. And when the ball turns around, you'll see those Chicago players take those offensive positions. Third down and a long 5. It's complete. And a tackle made at the 14-yard line. Brewer made the reception, and the Bruiser defense was there to set up fourth down. Now, Lee Corso, the kicking game comes into play.
Absolutely. Since there's no punt allowed, they will now try a field goal. And remember, we said at the top of the show, if the ball hits that net, the guy can return it. Watch number 1, Reggie Smith. He could be the most exciting player in this league, and he's back there to get this field goal attempt right now.
There you see the ruling on the field goals. If it hits off the net, it is a live ball and in play. We'll see what happens here as Smith goes deep. And he's back there along with Terry Hinn. California, Pennsylvania. Here's the kick. It's sailing wide to the right. It's off the net. Smith tries to pick it up in the end zone. Tries to get out of traffic. Keeps going. Gets it out to the goal line. And it will come out to the 5-yard line. So no score. A running clock here in arena football. And 12 minutes and 14 seconds remain in the opening period. For the Chicago Bruisers, out of the University of South Carolina, number 10, Mike Hold. He's coming on into the game to lead the attack now for Chicago. Hold was the '84 MVP of the Gator Bowl when he quarterbacked the States. 1st and 10, Chicago from their own 5-yard line. Hold back to pass. Going deep, over the head, and incomplete. Richard Rogers. He had it long. Rogers out of Cal Berkeley, 25 years old. It will be 2nd down and 10 from the 5-yard line. No score and just underway the first quarter of this arena football game from Chicago. Last night, Pittsburgh beat Washington by 2, 48-46. And now the second game as Mike Hold leads them up. Brett Johnson on the Tennessee Chattanooga, the center. Reggie Smith in motion. Complete. And a bone-jarring hit at the Hill applied the hit, or made the catch rather, and Steve Trimble was the man who nailed it.
Well, there's a great play by Steve Trimble. Back Hold will stop back and hit a quick hitch pass. Now watch, this is a timing play. He'll go back, call it 1, 2, throw the ball quick, but watch number 40. Boom. He knocks him down real quick. He makes sure that he knows he'll be there the next time, too.
The ball out to the 12-yard line. 3rd and 3. In motion goes Rogers. Handoff. And the fullback, Bill Stone, carries it for a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th and about 2. Now the veteran, Nick Mickemeyer, will come into the game for Chicago. Mickemeyer kicked at Temple. And, of course, had a long career in the NFL, went to the Pro Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons. Most recently kicked in the USFL. Mickemeyer's ball will be spotted at the 5. So this will be a 53-yard field goal attempt. And Mickemeyer's kick is short. It's off. The Bruisers have it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Griffin, number 42, covers it for a Chicago touchdown. And the Bruisers lead 6-0. One of the wacky aspects of this game, Lee Corso, a missed field goal turns into a touchdown.
Show that this ball is live. Now watch, as it's kicked over his head, it's a lot easier to say it's easy to catch that ball, but now it hits the ground, it's live, and boy, Griffin makes a great play and gets into the end zone before they can get him. Remember, this is what makes it wonderful.
We see the official there in the replay showing touchdown, but no points have gone up on the board. 9:57 to play in the opening quarter. And now they are saying it is no touchdown, although the linesman clearly gave the touchdown signal.
What happens there, one of the offensive men or defensive men touched him, and that makes it down. That's what happened. He touched him while he was going in.
So it is 1st and goal, and still no score. But Chicago inside the 5-yard line as Mike Hold brings him up. Reggie Smith, number 1, is setback, and 32, Bill Stone, goes in motion. Hold will keep it and wiggles his way down to the 1-yard line. The tackle made by the noseman, Pat Kane, out of Wichita State.
You notice that time they had a little different formation. They had most of the men bunched up. That's one of the variations you can have down the go. There's Tim Markin, the head coach, giving them the signal saying, get it in there, move them off the line.
Chicago trying to put points on the board. It looked like they had a score a moment ago, but now they're trying to punch it in. Mike Hold, the quarterback, calling out the signals. Hold throws, wide open. There's the touchdown to Richard Rogers. Chicago leads 6-0. The first touchdown pass for the former South Carolina Gamecock, Mike Cole, to Richard Rogers. 6-0 Chicago. And the Bruisers now will try for the point after. And it's going to be Nick Mickemeyer to come in and kick it. The ball placed down at the 5-yard line. So Mickemeyer will kick from the 12. 17 yards the total, I beg your pardon. 20 yards the total length of the point after, a 1-point conversion, and the kick is good. So Nick Mickemeyer kicks it through, and the Chicago Bruisers on a 1-yard pass from Mike Cole to Richard Rogers takes a 7-0 lead over Denver.
Boy, you want to make sure you watch, keep your eye on this gentleman. Smith in motion right in here causes these men to move. This man has got him, but this man will come across and make a pickoff. He goes in there and wide open. John Madden, eat your heart out. Watch this touchdown. Now watch him. He goes in motion. Now keep your eye on number 25. You notice they pick him off. Boom. Right there. That's illegal, but it counted anyhow because we're playing in Chicago and anything's legal in Chicago, right?
Whatever you say, Coach Corso.
Absolutely. Touchdown.
7-0 Chicago. And now Nick Mickemeyer with the kickoff. And the deep men for Denver. Number 25, Chris Brewer in his own end zone. Watches this one go through the uprights. And that will be a touchback, and the ball comes out to the 5-yard line. So the Denver Dynamite with their first opportunity. And it's going to be Stuart Mitchell in at quarterback. Fans, young and old, have come out to the horizon in Rosemont tonight for this world premiere on ESPN of Arena Football. Stuart Mitchell, the Denver quarterback, graduated in June. Played as a tight end as a senior, but had some quarterbacking experience in his underclassmen days at Cornell. And coming in motion is Woody Cotton. They're going deep. Incomplete at the Chicago 15. Woody Cotton, who just came into the game.
It's going to be a good replay because what it's going to show is the man-for-man coverage at the top of the show. I told you to watch out. Now watch 21 comes in motion. As he comes in motion, he's got man-for-man coverage. Mitchell throws it. He doesn't have enough arc on the ball, and Cobman doesn't get to it. That's what happens when you get man-for-man isolation one-on-one. It's a tough play on the defense.
It's 2nd down and 10 from the Denver 5-yard line. 7-0, Chicago leading. On near side, here's an interception by Reggie Smith. He's at the 5, he's close. He's at the 1-inch line. Chicago football. Reggie Smith with the interception. And that has to make Ray Yock on the Chicago sideline feel very good because Smith is an offensive player converted to defense in this game.
And this is perfect. This guy's 5'6", 170 pounds. He's playing in the middle free. They get good pressure, number 32 Stone does, and then watch him. He takes it right there and makes a good play. This is one of the exciting things about this play. That was the same kid playing offense. You get to watch him play defense, too.
Hold sneaks it over. A penalty flag flies. And we may have some motion against Chicago. Hold and his center, Brent Johnson, into the end zone.
Going forward at the snap.
Hold was moving, so that's a penalty.
I'll explain that to you. What happens is the quarterback must get the ball first before he makes any movement forward. Now watch. He steps underneath. If he gets, now see him moving in momentum, that's illegal procedure. You cannot be moving forward in any league in football, particularly in arena football.
So a 3-yard penalty moves it back to the 4-yard line. It is 1st and goal. Chicago looking to pad its lead. Bruisers lead 7-0. First quarter from the Rosemont horizon. Hold rolling out to Smith, and he's knocked out of bounds. Out at the 1-yard line. So in Arena Football League, Corso, you get to do it all. You can star on offense and on defense.
Absolutely. Now, I'll give you an interesting statistic on that. Tony Dungy is the last NFL player to throw an interception and make one. Now, maybe this kid will get to throw a running pass and go in history. There's Ray Yock trying to get his players to get in there. They tried the same play, only they did it the other way, picked them off. Here, Ray Yock, head football coach of the Chicago Bruisers.
7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the clock is moving. 2nd and goal at the Denver 1-yard line. Hold at quarterback. Stone moves out to a wing left side, along with Rogers as a wideout. And now whistles are being blown and plays being held up here. Chicago has taken a timeout. There's a timeout on the field, and we'll return to the horizon in just a moment. Chicago. The Bruisers lead 7-0 here, and the Bruisers are preparing to come up to the line of scrimmage, and the Bruiser players want this crowd to make some noise, and the crowd is responding. Here's the clock. It is a running clock until the last minute of each half, stopping briefly for penalties and scoring plays. Hold on the line. It's 2nd down and goal. Handoff. Back to Hold. Looks to throw. Touchdown. A lineman eligible, Dane Griffin, the tight end, makes the catch. Penalty flags are being thrown. And it looks to be going against Chicago.
Ineligible downfield, number 60.
Dane Griffin caught the pass. He's eligible.
All right, let me watch. I want to show you on this telescrator how this works. This man, number 32, went in motion. As he goes in motion, he will go block in there. It's supposed to be a running play. He'll run in there. The quarterback will turn and hand it to him. But what happened is he got banged by that guy. The quarterback comes back. He throws it to this guy. And number 60 goes around, and this guy runs over there. No wonder it didn't work. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Let's watch it in action. Watch it. Now watch number 6. It's supposed to be a run. Boom, he gets hit. It's a fumble. He's got it. He throws it. And they said, what a coach. Can you imagine making up a play like that?
It's 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Still 7-0 Chicago. Smith in motion. Hold. Back to throw. Looking. Pressure. Gets rid of it to the end zone. It is incomplete. Larry Friday, number 20, defending for Denver. And delicately close to pass interference.
Absolutely. I tell you what, the Denver team has got to have a great psychological lift here. They had 1st and goal on the 1, and they stopped them, and they're going to force them to kick a 3-pointer right here.
Nick Mickemeyer, number 20, into the game.
I want to make a point right here while the coach is watching this. Remember now, this could turn into a touchdown by Chicago if it hits that net and they get it.
Absolutely. Field goal attempt coming from the 13. This is a 21-yard field goal attempt by Nick Mickemeyer. It's good. Chicago adds 3 more. Nick Mickemeyer with a 21-yarder. And the Chicago Bruisers take a 10-0 lead over Denver. Here in Chicago, the Bruisers have taken a 10-0 lead over Denver. We have 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. And Nick Mickemeyer, who just booted a 21-yard field goal, will now kick off to Denver. And Mickemeyer drills it. It's through the uprights. And it will come out to the 5-yard line on a touchback. So the Chicago Bruisers with this 10-0 lead. Now the players will play defense. Denver gets to try it on offense, and Stuart Mitchell, the quarterback. Mickemeyer just kicked what would have been a 58-yard field goal had it counted. To look at the differences between arena football and the NFL. A much smaller shot, but Mickemeyer has been perfect tonight. 1st and 10 from the Denver 5-yard line. And Mitchell looking to throw. And it's incomplete at the 12-yard line. Intended for Steve Trimble. Couldn't handle it. And an incomplete pass, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Well, Mike McCurry and a little extracurricular activity up front. And Lee Corso, that's one of the things we had talked about. Some of these one-on-one matchups, you've got the nose guard in the center butting heads all night long.
The secret about this is you can hit the guy on offense and turn around and hit him on defense. That'd be a lot of fun. The only problem is if the guy was tougher than you couldn't hide.
2nd and 10 from the 5. Trimble, he's got it. Complete and out of bounds at the Chicago 15-yard line. Trimble, who dropped that pass just moments ago, comes back to pick up the reception from Stuart Mitchell on a crossing pattern.
Now, this is man-for-man coverage. Watch number 25. As he goes in motion, he's got the guy man-for-man. Now he covers number 40 because he broke in front of him, but he can never do it. Good concentration there. Good concentration by Trimble. Remember, that's the same gentleman that missed the one in the right-hand flat, so don't give up on him. Good play by Trimble.
30-yard pass play. Moves it down inside the 15. First and 10 for Denver. Rich Prather is the fullback. Mitchell looking to run. He's at the 10. And Mitchell down to the 7-yard line. Troy Hill came up to defend for Chicago. As you mentioned, Lee, this really is a quarterback's game.
Absolutely. And this Stuart Mitchell is big. He's 6'3", 205. And in the pregame moment, when we went down and looked at him, he's very, very big in the legs. He's a good-looking athlete.
Second down and just about 2 yards to go. Wideouts to the far side, and that's Gary Mullen and Steve Trimble. Back to pass goes Mitchell. He's got some daylight, so runs for the first down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Brent Johnson, the nose man, made the tackle.
Mitchell is doing exactly what you need to do against this defense. As he's moving everybody out in front of him, he's breaking containment, and he's such a good runner, he's making the big play.
The Denver Dynamite. Stuart Mitchell at the helm, and you see what he's done on the ground so far in this game. Denver looking for its first points. It is 10-0 Chicago, and 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. First and goal. Mitchell throwing, incomplete in the end zone. Trimble, the intended receiver. A good coverage that time for Chicago. Moving in there, Richard Rogers, number 25, got a hand in the way.
Yeah, if you see that time, but you couldn't see it on the film, but what happened on Mitchell's ball, he threw that ball too low. He had him wide open, and he tried to gun it a little bit too hard, and then automatically when you throw hard, the ball goes down on you. They might come back with that same kind of action. Look for him to flood to the right here again.
Second down and goal from the 4. Brewer coming in motion. Incomplete. Tried to throw back to Trimble in the end zone. Hill defending.
And you're never going to believe who deflected this pass. 5'6", Reggie Smith is the defensive hero of the game so far. Now Mitchell will roll to his right. Now watch him. It's good man-for-man coverage. But watch in the middle of your picture, number 1 sitting there, sneaking around. He popped up. He's only 5'6". He didn't see him. See that play? Great play by Reggie Smith, number 1.
29-year-old Reggie Smith out of NC Central. Third and goal. To Trimble. And he is hit at the 1-yard line. Oh, you know they love that hard hitting here in Chicago.
Oh, that's it. It's a Chicago Bears style. Now the coach has got a real big decision now. Is he going to go for 3 or is he going to go for 1? I say he go for the touchdown. What do you think?
I'll agree with you.
Go for it, coach. It's easy to say up here.
Clock continues to move. We're down to 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Chicago leading 10-0. Tim Markham, head coach of the Denver Dynamite. And his assistants on the Denver sideline. There's Tim. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve here on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Quarterback keeper, touchdown. Stuart Mitchell gets it in, and Denver is on the board.
No. Now watch the quarterback. It's an option play. He sends the motion one way. He's option on McCurry, number 60, and he goes in. He's such a big, strong player that he's got enough ability. Look at the size of that quarterback. There he is. He's got a degree in business management, so he's obviously a fine student athlete.
At a prestigious university indeed.
Cornell.
Marty Coyne is into the game. Coyne after touchdown. Mitchell is the holder. And Reggie Smith jumps back onside. Here's the snap. And the kick. No good. and the play is dead.
The play is dead.
We should point out that on the extra point, if the kick hits the net or the support, the ball is dead immediately. So Denver is on the board. And it's now Chicago 10 and the Denver Dynamite 6. Play a back drive from Mitchell to Trimble. And then the quarterback, Stuart Mitchell, took it in from a yard away. Denver's on the board. It's Chicago 10 and Denver 6 with 42 seconds remaining in the quarter. Reggie Smith, number 1, the deep man for Chicago. And Marty Coyne is ready to go. Here's the kick. Reggie Smith will take this one on the fly. Nope, it is out of bounds. So Reggie Smith elected it to go out of bounds. And
No, out of bounds. We're going to...
And the rule on this, 3 yards from the spot where the ball went out of bounds. So you see the officials marking where they think the ball went out of bounds. Now they'll check. And from this point should spot the ball, and they do. And it's out to the 15. Mike Holt, the quarterback for Chicago so far, 3 for 5 and a touchdown pass. And 10 yards. Mike Hohensley of Pittsburgh had a big night last night. 3 touchdown passes in Pittsburgh's 2-point win, 48-46 over Washington. 42 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Chicago has it 1st and 10. Flags and whistles.
Okay, where's the ball? We got a ball here?
The clock shows 32 seconds remaining in the quarter. And let's listen in for the penalty.
First down.
What he said was a procedure called Eric Larkin, number 65, University of Miami. The left guard jumped offside, moved before the ball was snapped. Illegal procedure.
1st and 13. Rodgers in motion. Hold, back to pass. Pump fakes. They're going to go deep. Rodgers, incomplete. Boy, that's an exciting play going long. Codman defending.
All right, you say, look at the defense. Here's man-on-man coverage right here. This man on that man. What happens is Sanders goes out, stops, fakes like he's going to get a quick pass, and runs past him. And Hull gets hit quick and throws the ball. Watch it. Now watch it. There's quarterback will go back, set a man one-on-one coverage. He'll stop, fake it, and he goes past him. And the ball is thrown a little bit too far. But I'll tell you what, they're going to come back to that play again because that's arena football, 1987 style.
1 quarter in the books at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. With the score, it's Chicago 10 and the Denver Dynamite 6. One of the interesting aspects of arena football is how close the fans are to the action. Boy, Lee Corso, I'll tell you, they were right on top of it.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not coaching in this league. The guys could really tell you something from that sideline, couldn't they?
All sorts of play calls from the sideline. Mike Holt, the quarterback for Chicago. Bruisers with the lead. Here's the pass. Sanders incomplete at the 22-yard line of Denver. They went deep to Kenny just before the end of the quarter. Woody Cotman from Emporia State was defending, number 21.
Now you watch number 21 here play man-on-man defense. Hull will roll to his left. Now watch this. This is a great play of turning your shoulders. See, he turns his shoulders and throws. But on the snap, on the jump, Cobman rips the ball down. Cobman is from Emporia State, 5'10" and 170 pounds.
Well, you have to be impressed with the way that Mike Holt throws the football. He's got a lot of zip in that arm.
Listen, your most valuable player in that skater board, you got to be a good player.
Going in motion is Rodgers. Hold the pass. He's sacked. Inside the 10, back at the 8-yard line. The sack made by big number 65, John Norris, out of American International College.
On this low-level replay, you're going to see Norris beat his man physically. The reason why he beat him is, number one, they had good pass defense. Watch, you want to throw the ball, but the defensive secondary, you own that sack belongs to the secondary, not necessarily Norris.
So it is 4th down, and Mickemeyer will attempt a field goal from his own goal line. 58-yard attempt. Not long enough. Will be returned, and bringing it up is Taylor at the 5, 10, 15. Penalty flags fly as Taylor goes out of bounds at the 17-yard line, and a face mask penalty will be called. Ray Yock, the Chicago coach, talking with his quarterback Mike Hull. The Bruisers leading 10-6 with 13:41 to play in the first half. I think we had a clip as well as a face mask.
We had 2 penalties. Now, Ray Yock has been a great football coach for many years as the coach of the Bruisers there. United States Football League, Canadian Football League. He's one of the finest gentlemen in any football league.
Legal box on the receiving team. Half the distance penalty. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the Denver 6-yard line. Stuart Mitchell still in the ball game at quarterback. The Denver backup quarterback is Marty Morningway. Has not seen any action so far in this game. Well, Denver has it. Now 1st and 10. Mitchell, he'll hand off and a running play. That goes to the fullback. And bringing it out of there. We've got some jostling there as Brewer gets off the bottom of the pile.
Bob, you'll notice most of the running plays they'll use will either be quick trap plays up the middle or the option play. The reason why they run it in the middle every once in a while is to keep those defensive linemen honest so they don't rush the passer.
Codman wide to the right side. Friday wide to the left. And back to pass Mitchell. He's scrambling, still looking, floats it, incomplete over the midfield stripe at the Chicago 23. The intended receiver was Darrell Taylor, number 42, and a penalty flag thrown back at the 15.
This is what happens all the time. When a quarterback starts to scramble, there's an illegal man downfield because the linemen don't know that he's running around the backfield. That's exactly what happens. We had a rule that whenever the quarterback started scrambling, he yelled, "Go, go," and then the lineman went across the line of scrimmage.
So the penalty to be marked off here. 12:31 to go in the second quarter, and a Chicago lead of 10-6. A big crowd in Pittsburgh last night for the debut game of arena football. And a nice crowd here at the Horizon in Rosemont. Now the penalty has been marked back to the 6-yard line. And there's a look at the arena football made by the Wilson Sporting Goods. And a two-tone football at that.
Yeah, we'll explain it after this play.
3rd and 7. Mitchell throwing, lobs it high, looking deep for Friday. Right through his hands and incomplete. Larry Friday had 6 points all the way and couldn't hang on.
On the replay, you'll see Friday, number 20, who's 6'4", 215 pounds, on the top of your picture, make a little fake, and he just outruns the defender. Now, Friday should look that ball into his hands, but see him take his eye off the football. Never, ever take your eye off the football. Mentioned in that football is half the United States Football League, half National Football League. That's the only thing those two group of people ever got together on is the arena football. Can you imagine? They spent all that money suing each other. They name a ball after them.
Marty Coyne in the kick for Denver. Field goal attempt from his own goal line. Fumbled snap. Mitchell has to run it. And can get out to the 11-yard line. And Chicago takes over there and another penalty flag flies.
I think what you'll find here is that they call spearing. Now, spearing is when a defensive man puts his helmet into an offensive man who's going down. And I think you'll watch this. This is the most dangerous play in football for an offensive runner.
And the penalty
Now,
for a personal
number
foul.
21 on the black team after the ball was dead out of bounds.
Troy Hill of Chicago, the man who committed the personal foul.
Now watch this, number 21. The quarterback, Mitchell, is going to go down, but keep your eye on 21. As he goes down, 21 will drive his helmet right into him. See that? That's called spearing. That is absolutely the most difficult thing for an offensive runner to have. And there's no place in the game of football for that. But what happens is a guy sometimes gets so enthusiastic and wants to hit the guy, you know, he just goes after him. It's not done in a blatant way, but it is a very dangerous play.
10-6 Chicago. So Denver will go on defense now. The ball back to the 20-yard line. And the quarterback, number 2, Stuart Mitchell, is still out there thinking that Denver should have the football.
Now, I can explain that. That penalty was after the man was down, so therefore the ball had already changed hands. That's why the Chicago team's got the ball.
1st and 10, Bruisers at the Denver 20-yard line. Mike Cole back to pass. He's looking over the middle. Touchdown, Reggie Smith. Oh, incomplete. He dropped the ball. 2 lead pipe cinch touchdowns down the drain.
Well, isn't that guy exciting? Even his misses are exciting. Everybody loves a guy who's 5'6". Watch him. The quarterback hole will come back. He'll pump, which means he fakes it one way, and now he drills it right into Smith's hands right there. He makes a leaping catch, but as he hits the ground, he doesn't have control of it. Good call by the official.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Man in motion is Rogers. Cole hangs on to it. He gets over the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. That'll set up 3rd down. And 3 yards to go. Rob DeVita made the tackle for the Denver Dynamite. Mike Cole, the quarterback for Chicago, came to national prominence on the college scene back in '84. And Alan Mitchell combined to quarterback South Carolina to a 10-2 record, the school's best in a Gator Bowl appearance. Rogers in motion. Ball throwing. It's complete. Sanders on the near side. And he's inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. One of the aspects of arena ball, Lee, is the fact that the defense reacts so quickly. You have got to make it happen in a hurry.
That's why the quarterback has got to be, everything he does has to be quicker, because the defensive men can move quicker. That time they put a man in motion, had isolation one-on-one, and Mullen could not cover the defensive man, offensive man.
1st and goal at the 3. 9:20 to go, 2nd quarter. Oh, throws to the end zone, wide open, touchdown. Richard Rogers makes the catch in the end zone, and the Bruisers take a 16-6 lead.
On a low angle. Remember we talked about Hole being a great athlete. Watch, he wants to go to the right, but as he goes to the right, he finds number 25, Rogers, drifting all the way to the left. The reason he's so wide open, number 1, Gary Mullen left him and went to cover a guy, and they had 2 guys covering one and nobody covering Rogers, and that is trouble for the Denver Dynamite.
Nick Mickemeyer in to add the extra point kick. The placement by Mike Hole, and Mickemeyer hits it again. Diamond on the field. 9:08 to go in the first half. It is now Chicago 17 and Denver 6.
We got Rogers going in motion right here. As he goes in motion this way, his man Mullen goes right over there with him. Now Hole will roll to the right, fake it this way, and as Rogers goes this way, Mullen falls asleep right there, and Hole throws the ball for a touchdown. Let's take a look at it right now. There goes the man in motion. Now you see Mullen's got him, but Mullen forgets all about him. He throws it right back, and oh my, I could have caught that one, maybe. The quarterback is so important in this game. Oh.
The deep man, 42, Darrell Taylor for Denver. Nick Mickemeyer, the kickoff for Chicago. And here's his boot, and it's going to be over the crossbar. That's a touchback. Denver will have it 1st and 10 from its own 5-yard line. Mike Hold, the Chicago quarterback, with 2 touchdown passes to Richard Rodgers in this game. And Chicago leads 17-6.
Come on now, let's go. Get your heads up now. Get your heads up. Here we go. A lot of good things now. A lot of good things fixing to happen.
Here's a comparison of these two teams, and very, very close.
Absolutely, but I would bet you right now in outdoor football, particularly in the National Football League, they're at least 35 pounds heavier and about 4 inches taller. But this game is built on speed and quickness.
Denver football. And back to pass is Mitchell. He goes for it all, and too long for Darrell Taylor. Ken Sanders defending. Darrell Taylor out of Lincoln University. Second down and 10 from the 5-yard line. And a little touch pass and gets it out to Prater, the fullback, and Rich takes it out of bounds. And they'll mark the ball just shy of the 20 at the 18. Rich Prater catching that pass from the quarterback, Stuart Mitchell. And Prater out of Frostburg played for the Bobcats, ended his career in '82.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Still in Denver territory.
First down and 10 for Denver. Minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first inning. Mitchell. Open. Touchdown, Gary Mullen. The West Virginia Mountaineer atones for his error on defense and comes back to make the touchdown catch.
Isn't that beautiful to see a guy have a man score a touchdown on him and come back and burn him, and now he says we're even. Now the coach is telling right now, Tim Markin, that we're going for 2. Remember, that's one of the rules in arena football. You can go for 2 with a run and or pass, and that's what they're going to do right now.
Or a drop kick.
Point doesn't get us back where we ought to be. All right? Okay, here we go.
He has to explain to that kid why he's going for 2. That kid's in big trouble.
From the 5-yard line. And movement and penalty flags. The Bruiser lead is cut to 5 at 17-12.
On the offense, number 65. 3-yard penalty, replay first down.
Here's the 32-yard touchdown pass from Stuart Mitchell to Gary Mullen.
As you watch, they pick off the one man lower, and there comes Gary Mullen from West Virginia. I tell you what, that was a great play, and I know how happy he is to get that one right there from West Virginia. 5'11", 170 pounds.
Mullen is wide to the right. They're going to throw incomplete. The intended receiver was Steve Trimble, number 40, and the pass attempt fails after touchdown. A timeout on the field, 7:24 to play in the first half. Bruisers 17, Dynamite 12. Dynamite on the board with a 32-yard pass from Stuart Mitchell to Gary Mullen. The pass failed for the PAT. 7:24 to go in the first half. Off the net, hits Reggie Smith from the face guard, and now he runs it out of the end zone, and here he goes. And Smith gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line. Boy, this little guy will bring them out of their seats every time he touches the football.
Before the league is over, everybody in all these towns of Pittsburgh and Denver and Washington will be talking in Chicago about Reggie Smith. Not only offensively, the guy has made 2 great plays defensively. At 5'6", you got to love. Every little guy in the world is pretending like they're Reggie Smith right now.
First down and 10. Chicago from its own 18. In motion goes Steve Finch. Inside handoff. And it's Terry Hinn, and he brings it out to the line of scrimmage. Larry Friday made the tackle.
That's a little new wrinkle. They started one way and they brought an inside counter reverse to Terry Hinn. But Friday, the man that made that tackle, outstanding player. Outstanding player. 6'4", 215 pounds. He played for 3 different United States Football League teams. Number 20.
It's complete at midfield. And making the grab is Kenny Sanders.
Look at that guy right there. You know who he is? That's the first substitution official in the history of football. He's an observer. See him? He's checking the coach to make sure he doesn't put guys in who shouldn't be in there, right?
Jet stay. All press. All press.
Look at him right there. Made national television.
You must play 2 series, offensive and defensive, before you are allowed to come out of the game.
And that's why they have to have a substitution observer to make sure the coaches don't make any mistakes. Not that they would do it on purpose, mind you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Never would a coach slip in a fresh player.
Absolutely. Never. Especially in arena football.
They're going to ask for a measurement here on 3rd down.
This is the first measurement in the history of arena football television, isn't it? Let's see how they do it. It's their big chance on national television.
So the Chicago chain gang comes out here, and they'll stretch them out to see what happens. And it is shot.
And they're going to go for a field goal. Can you believe it? Listen to these Chicago fans.
The ball on the Denver 22. And it's 4th down. So Nick Mickemeyer comes into the game.
Bob, let me tell you something. This is not arena ball. That's short. He should go for it. This is arena ball.
37-yard field goal attempt from Mickemeyer. He's at 1 for 21. Here's a fake. Hold. He is stopped short. The Dynamite reacting very quickly. They had them all packed in there.
Oh, let me tell you something. As a coach, and I don't mind to be criticism of the coach, but if you're going to go 4th and an inch, you don't mess around with running a fake field goal option. I promise you. You get the quarterback and he falls forward.
On the offense, decline, 1st down.
So Denver will have it 1st down and 10 at midfield. The familiar 25-yard line. The midfield strike. 5:22 to play in the 1st half. And Chicago leading Denver 17-12.
See, that play put him right back in the ball game. If he goes for it, he's still got the football moving it down. But this guy, now that Denver team's got a chance to go up and score and go ahead of them. Could change the whole ball game, one play like that.
Larry Friday coming wide to the near side. And going in motion is Cotman. Here's an inside handoff, and just a little bit of running room in there that time for Brewer. First Brewer for Denver. Second down, and about 7 yards to go. Well, from all over the country, they have come to try out for arena football, and look at that number. Over 2,400 players in invitation only and open tryouts in 7 cities.
How about the guy from the biker from California? Remember that? They were having a tryout in Chicago, and a guy drove up, and he said, I want to try out for the team. The guy said, where are you from? He said, Los Angeles. I've been on the road 7 days, day and night, on this bicycle to get here. Obviously, he made the team.
Then they closed camp, and you see how they whittled it down to the 64 players that are in the league. The injured player is Reggie Smith of Chicago, Mr. Excitement for the Chicago Bruisers, and he's injured. We'll check on his status as he gets to his feet here at the Rosemont Horizon.
This is where
Chicago bench, and we'll take a look at how he was injured.
Hey, take a look at his right shoulder. Smith comes up here and makes a good hit right there. Now, Smith should be taught later on as the season goes on. Reggie, don't come up there. We pay those big guys to make that play. Stay back there. Make all the big plays. But he's a competitor, and they want to play.
4:32 remaining, second quarter. Chicago 17, Denver 12, and the Denver Dynamite with the football. Stuart Mitchell at quarterback, and the wide out to the left is Larry Friday. In motion is Brewer to the near side. They float it for Friday. It's incomplete. We might explain here, Lee, about the one bump rule. You can't hold him up at the line of scrimmage.
Correct. You can hit him right there on the line of scrimmage, but once he leaves the line of scrimmage, you can't touch him. For instance, watch the quarterback right here now. The quarterback will come back and throw what they call a lob play, which means you out-jump him. Now, 21 had his hands on him, and that could have been interpreted as pass interference, but the official had a better angle than we did. But the theory of that is to isolate Friday 6'4" on any defensive back in this league.
Stuart Mitchell's first half numbers. In motion goes Conley. Mitchell the throw, and he hits Conley. And he's in Chicago territory and down to the 20-yard line, and he's ruled out of bounds at about the 18. Johnson, number 60, and also getting in on the play, number 80, Steve Finch for Chicago. The clock continues to move. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Chicago leading 17-12. On fourth down, Mitchell, it's complete. Prather and out of bounds. And Denver's got a first down. Rich Prather from Frostburg State making the grab and turns it into a first down.
And arena football is tough on everybody. There's Mitchell, the Prather, and watch the photographer right here. You don't get paid enough to sit down there. Boom. I tell you what, he's going to ask for other duties.
Combat pay.
I'll tell you, get extra money for that guy.
2:20 left in the half. Denver driving. A touchdown puts him on top. Kaufman in motion. Mitchell to pass. Throws. And it is a touchdown. Making the grab, Chris Brewer, and the Denver Dynamite, for the first time tonight, takes the lead.
Do we have an out? Can we throw an out to the wing? That's what I'm saying. We got to go 6-1 Call timeout. Call timeout. Call timeout. Timeout.
Okay, you're wondering why the coach is calling timeout there. They're going to decide what two-point play they want. Those three guys are going to get together and go for two. Now, what happened on this play, if you'll watch this one, you'll see the guy, number Friday, come right back in there. Watch the quarterback roll out to his left and stop and throw the ball to this man across in this area. Now, take a look at it. The man goes in motion. There he goes. Gets him isolated, one-on-one, and here comes a guy crossing the middle, gets beat one-on-one, makes a good play. That's a touchdown. That's an excellent play. You got one-on-one coverage, and you can't do that. Remember in the top of the show how tough that is to do? Now, let me tell you something. The key play of this game so far is when Chicago did not go for fourth down with a normal play and faked it and gave Denver the momentum. Correct? Did I tell you that? It's now 18-17.
And now head coach Tim Markham and his staff have decided on the two-point play to run. Codman is into the game, and now Mitchell confers with the referee. They'll have it at the 5-yard line. Denver has taken a 1-point lead at 18-17. And we have 2:08 to play in the first half. A 12-yard pass play from Mitchell to Chris Brewer, putting Denver on top for the first time. Ray Yock, the Chicago head coach. This is the two-point conversion attempt. Mitchell looks to throw, lobs it up, batted out of bounds, incomplete. Steve Finch was the man who jumped up there and knocked it out of bounds, number 80. And the attempt fails, and that keeps it a 1-point game. A minute 55 left to play here in the second quarter. It's Denver on top by a point.
going for two. They put a man in motion, but watch Mitchell roll to the left, and as he throws, he's got good man wide open, but watch Lynch. Great play by Steve Lynch from Elmhurst. 6 foot, 195 guy, makes a great defensive play. Nice going, Steve Lynch.
Marty Coyne to kick it off for Denver. The Dynamite leading 18-17. Smith back in the ball game, has to go over his head. It's picked up there by Troy Hill, and Hill brings it out to the 10-yard line. When the ball hits the net on the kickoff, it is in play. If it is fielded by the receiving team, the defense must give them 5 yards to catch it. If it hits the ground, it's a live ball, and anybody can run it down. And the kicking team can cover it for a score if it's in the end zone. So Chicago brings it up. Trailing by a point, quarterback Mike Hold at the controls. Mike Hold back to pass. He's got daylight. Penalty flags fly to Reggie Smith. He's got it at the Denver 12-yard line, but the penalty to be decided, and the flag's back at the 15.
I think you'll find the defense had holding there. They were holding on to him, trying to grab him and lasso him like a rodeo.
I can't blame him.
Oh, the guy is exciting, isn't he?
LT.
It'll be defensive holding, and they'll decline it.
So Chicago will have it 1st and 10 from the 13.
We have a hold on the defense. Penalty is declined. 1st down.
Okay, Hold will roll out to the right. Now remember the one thing we talked about, a scrambling quarterback. Watch, he looks, he scrambles, and when you scramble, you open up the field, and there is Reggie Smith wide open and makes a good catch. It's good to see that competitive kid back after he hurt his shoulder on defense.
Now with 59 seconds remaining in the half, the Chicago Bruisers come to the sidelines here, and the 1-minute warning has been given. So Mike Hold and number 2, Sean Payton, the record-setting quarterback out of Eastern Illinois, confer with head coach Roy Young. Denver leads it 18-17, and 1 minute remaining as they reset the clock here at the Rosemont Horizon.
The reason they're doing this is with 1 minute to play before the half, the clock will stop on an incompleted pass and or any other kind of play like that, where it will not during the regular part of the ball game. That's why they give them the 1 minute warning instead of the 2 minute warning in the National Football League.
Tim Markham,
Hey,
who was the
we
linebacker
either
coach
going
of
to play
San
Jill
Antonio
right
in
or
the
we ain't going to
USFL.
play Jill right. That was Jill down there knocked the ball down. You know what I'm talking about, Jill? That other guy? Yeah,
I tell you what he's talking about. He's talking about Jill, which is the name of the free safety, and he was
you're
playing
right,
zone.
you're right,
That's
you're
it,
right.
Coach. Give it to him. All right. Tim Markham.
Chicago, 1st and 10. Hold is hit, gets away. Still scrambling, and he's sacked back in his own territory over the 25 at the Chicago 23. And it was Keith Smith, number 82 out of UTEP. And John Norris in there.
Well, that 82 is a good-looking athlete. 6'5", 240 pounds, and an excellent pass receiver. He looks like a great-looking prospect rushing that passer.
Played for Bill Young at Texas El Paso. Tight end in college, free agent with the Redskins, Keith Smith. So now it is 2nd down. They spot the ball at the Denver 23. 2nd and 20. Smith in motion. Hold, looking. Still looking. Fakes, runs, stumbles, and gets to the Denver 20-yard line. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Clock continues to roll. (18-17) Denver. Mike Hold checking with Roy Yock, and they'll be up to the line here. This may very well be the last play of the half.
They better call timeout. Now, I tell you what, and I'm not being critical of the players and the coaches, but they haven't been practicing long enough in what they call the 2-minute drill, which is now in this league the 1-minute drill. But that was ridiculous. You should have called timeout a long time ago if you're going to call timeout. But they haven't had a chance to practice it. I'll tell you why. That's the last thing you practice as a coach and a team is the 2-minute or 1-minute drill in this case.
We should point out, Lee, that these teams have only been together for 1 week. Last week when they played the scrimmage game in Rockford, Illinois, that was really the first time that the fellas have been paired up, 16 to each team. So really, this is the first week that they have had a chance to get together, and that will come in time.
Not only that, the coaches were just picked together and put together last week, so they haven't been together or not. But I'm just saying that's one of the things that they're going to get ironed out in this league, and it's going to be more exciting.
Coming up at halftime, we'll be checking in with SportsCenter, and they've got highlights and the latest on the U.S. Open. We'll also be talking with the head coaches, Tim Markham of Denver and Ray Yonk of Chicago, in the first half statistics here. Arena football on ESPN, with Denver coming from behind to take a 1-point lead at this moment, 18-17. But Chicago's got one last shot at it here with 5 seconds to go in the hand. Nick Mickemeyer with a 35-yard field goal attempt. The end zones are 8 yards deep. Kicking from his own 23. Penalty flag.
We have a false start on the offense, 3-yard penalty, replay, 4th down.
Right, a false start means that number 60, McCurry, got in his position, and then just before the ball was snapped, he moved forward. You can't do as an offensive lineman, but he was drawn that time by number 82, Keith Smith, who went across after him. So that was Smith on a good play more than McCurry in a bad play.
Well, now for Nick Mickemeyer, it is a 38-yard attempt. You see, he hit one from 21 yards earlier in the game. This will give Chicago the lead. Hold with displacement. The kick is off the net and playable. It's loose, rolls out of the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. Had Chicago been able to cover that ball, it would have gone for a touchdown as the first half comes to an end. All is not lost if you miss your field goal attempt. The ball can be played off the nets. It's arena football, and we've come to halftime at the Rosemont Horizon. With the score, the Denver Dynamite 18 and the Chicago Bruisers 17. Chicago jumped out to a pretty big lead in this game, 10-0, but then Denver came back and they took the lead on a 12-yard pass from Stuart Mitchell to Chris Brewer with just 2:08 remaining in the first half of play. So as the teams head to the locker room, it's the Dynamite 18 and the Chicago Bruisers 17. The head coach of the Chicago Bruisers is Ray Yonk, and Ray, this first half, your ball club seemed to be in control in that opening quarter, but then Denver was able to come back.
Well, they were. They did a good job. We seemed to have the momentum, particularly defensively, and we got stopped down there, made a couple penalties, and cost us a touchdown. But Denver's come back pretty good here. We're going to have to really get going in the second half.
Okay, thank you, Ray. Good luck in the second half.
Okay, thank you.
Ray Yonk, the head coach of the Chicago Bruisers, as he joins his squad in the dressing rooms here at the Rosemont Horizon. Halftime, it is Denver. They're on their feet, and biggest little guy in arena football.
It's a perfect example of what a great athlete can do. He gets the ball, it starts up the middle, and then takes off to the left side. Now he gets a good block by the fullback right there, Prater. McCurry gets a block, and he breaks right here. It's all natural ability. I said before in the top of the show, this guy could be probably the most impressive guy. And he got a touchdown while we were away. Can you believe that?
Mike Hold to Reggie Smith, and Chicago gets the lead right back. Mike Hold with his third touchdown pass of the game. (23-18) Chicago, and the extra point coming up for Nick Mickemeyer. So just 28 seconds have expired here in the third quarter, and Chicago looking to add to its lead, and Mickemeyer kicks it good. 14 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And it is Chicago back on top of Denver, 24-18. Nick Mickemeyer has kicked a 21-yard field goal, and he's also added 3 points after touchdown, and now he'll kick off for Chicago.
And that's perfect arena football at its best right there. In 27 seconds, boom, one team went from behind to in front. Arena football at its finest.
A kickoff return from Reggie Smith. He took it on the back line of the end zone and moved it all the way to the Denver 5, and then the touchdown pass from Hole to Smith. And now Mickemeyer kicks it off deep, and back for Denver is Darrell Taylor. He turns his back to the on-charging Chicago players and plays it off the net. Looks to get outside, and he's smothered at the 5-yard line. Terry Hinn, number 42, Dave Griffin, Hinn's number 40, the first downfield as they take care of Darrell Taylor. Now Denver has it first down at 10 from their own 6-yard line. Stuart Mitchell is the quarterback. Stewart brings him up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 from the 6. 24-18 Chicago. Here's the pass play, and it is complete to Brewer. And he's taken out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Gain of just a couple of yards. Chris Brewer played collegiately at Arizona. And the tackle made by 64 Eric Larkin. He played his college football for Howard Schnellenberger at Miami.
Brewer also played for the Denver Broncos on the special teams for 2 years, so he's a fine all-around athlete.
Ray Yock with instructions to his defense. Second down and 8. 13:30 to go in the third quarter. Here's the pass, and it comes to the fullback, Rich Prather, and he's knocked out of bounds. Rich Prather, one of the interesting stories in arena football. He will be inducted into the Frostburg State College Hall of Fame in October, the greatest running back in Bobcat football history at
Frostburg, Maryland. I used to coach in Maryland. There was a lot of good football players who went there.
Third down and 2. Denver attacking. Godman in motion. Here comes the pass down the sideline to Mullen. He's got it. Penalty flag goes down. Gary Mullen, who caught a touchdown pass in the first half, comes back with a reception inside the Chicago 10-yard line and a penalty flag to boot. We're discussing the penalty as Mullen gets the congratulatory handshakes. See what the call is here.
We have a deliberate pass interference against Chicago. First down, tack on penalty.
Okay, now we got a shot right here. There's that man, Gary Mullen, and there's that defensive back, Rogers. Now watch, as he comes out there, he makes a break. He's trying to cover him. The quarterback, Mitchell, will throw the ball. Watch this one. He goes in motion, gets one-on-one. He lays it up. Perfect play. Nice reception there by Gary Mullen.
Back line, Denver with it. Here's Mitchell, the quarterback, puts it in the end zone, and a touchdown. Heath Smith makes the catch, the big tight end out of Texas El Paso. And Denver has tied the game at 24-all with the extra point coming up. Penalty flag has gone down.
We have an ineligible downfield 60 White. 8-yard penalty and loss of down. Correction, that's a 5-yard penalty and loss of down.
So no touchdown.
What happened on that play is number 60, the guard, Harris, went down across the line of scrimmage on that bootleg, and everybody thought it was a run, and it ended up being a great play for the Chicago team and a very poor play for Denver.
So back to the 8-yard line, to the 9-yard line, actually, and second down for Denver. Chicago still leading by 6 at 24-18. Mitchell looking, throwing to the end zone. Mullen batted away and incomplete. Beautiful play by number 25, Richard Rogers. It'll be third down.
Now we're going to get to watch this one for the end zone. Now watch number 25. He's covering his man for man. He goes across. He jumps right here and makes a great play. Now, I tell you why Rogers is so good. He was a 3-year letterman at the University of California and had 8 pass interceptions while he played for the Cal team. Richard Rogers.
Third. Goal from the 9. Mitchell a pass. Throwing. Complete. Touchdown, and no signs of any flag. Steve Trimble from Maryland ties it up at 24.
We're going to get a chance to watch this low-angle shot. This is the best pass thrown today. Watch it. He drills that ball. Mitchell does. Number 2 to Trimble, number 40. 5'11", 190 pounds. Drafted also by the Denver Broncos from Maryland. Nice touchdown play. That was the best pass of the day so far by Mitchell, and a big one. Puts them tied 24-24.
Marty Cohen is into the game. He kicks the PAT. Mitchell holding. There's the kick. No good. Wide to the left. So the game remains tied at 24. 11:36 to go in the third quarter. And Reggie Smith will be back deep when we come back. The middle linebacker, if he's okay.
Now what they're working on is he must have a cramp, because the trainer right there is working on him as if he's got a cramp. They have a tendency to not drink enough water when you get in a game like this. You've got to drink water over and over. You can't get him to drink enough water. Now they're trying to get him to get some liquid in him. But that's got to be a cramp, because that's where they're working on that area in the calf.
So Richard Prather, the injured Denver Dynamite player.
That's a
Mike Hold having a good night. 12 pass attempts and 8 completions for 66 yards. Chicago will have it first out of 10 from their own 16-yard line. We mentioned the kicking game. And Lee Corso, Denver's missed some key points with the kicking game. Coyne, the kicker, is 0 for 2 on field goals and 0 for 2 on PATs. Mickemeyer has hit a field goal and has put 3 points after touchdown.
I'll tell you what, if Coyne doesn't make any more, he'll be 0 for no teams. He won't be in the Arena Football League much longer.
Pink slip time, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Back to pass. Here's Mike Hold. Here they come, and Hold gets away. Floats it down the sideline for Troy Hill. It's incomplete. Mullen defending. Fans are screaming for pass interference. Let's take another look as Hold unloads.
Holds unloads. Now watch this. The reason why they're yelling for pass interference is they think he face guarded him. See that? But that was a good defensive play by Mullen on Hill. He get up really high. I'm really impressed with the West Virginia player, Gary Mullen. He plays bigger than 5'11", 170 pounds.
Suck it down at 10. Hold throwing. Got it down at the line of scrimmage. It looked like number 60, Chuck Harris, another West Virginia Mountaineer. You see him there. He deflected that pass.
6'3", 255. He's one of the biggest men on the football team, and he got his hands up and deflected that in the angle. There's a good-looking player. He played in the Peach and Gator Bowl for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Don Nealon with that tremendous program in Morgantown. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and tied at 24, Chicago and Denver. Arena football on ESPN. Mike Hold, the Chicago quarterback, back to throw. Gets away and is dropped at the 17. Coming in, number 32, the emotional Rob DeVita from Illinois Benedictine College.
Now, Rob DeVita is the defensive specialist. The quarterback and Rob DeVita are the only players on the team right now that only have to play one way. Now, you watch this replay, you'll see good speed and quickness from the defensive team. Now, watch him in the left as he puts the pressure on him. Hold will get away from everybody, but watch DeVita right there come in and make the good play. Got good speed and quickness for a guy 6'2", 224.
Nick Mickemeyer will try a 50-yard field goal, and it's blocked. Picked out of the air by Trimble. And Trimble is tackled. The block was made by 82 Keith Smith as Mickemeyer attempted a 50-yard field goal. So Denver in a tie game with 9:15 to go. The clock running here in the third quarter. Tied at 24. A tip of the cap to 82 Keith Smith, who now becomes the tight end on offense. Well, you've got to be in shape to play this game. No rest for the weary. Pressure. And incomplete. That time, number 32, Bill Stone for Chicago, put the heat on Mitchell.
Stone came up the middle and blitzed on a quarterback, and that fullback was wide open. If he could have got the ball to him, he would have scored on that play.
Budweiser keeps the action going so you can enjoy the game. Arena football fans, this Bud's for you. 24-24 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Bob Rathman and Lee Corso at the Rosemont Horizon. Denver has it, second down and 10 from the Chicago 19. Loose ball, quarterback covers, and Denver maintains possession. Pat Kane, the center, and the quarterback Mitchell filing up that exchange.
But you know, it's surprising for the first ball game. That's the only center quarterback exchange we've had so far. Not bad for the first game. Not bad.
Mitchell's numbers, a slow start, but now picking up steam. He's 13 of 25 for the game. Third, 15. Pump fake. Complete to Mullen, and out of bounds. He's out of bounds at the 11, and that's going to be shy of a first down. It's going to be fourth and about 2. In addition to being a skilled athlete, you've got to be a rope walker here on the sideline.
Oh, it's a great shot right at you because he makes a pump fake like he's going deep, and he throws it. He gets good. Gary Mullen makes a good play of trying to get the first down right there. They'll probably go for it. They have very little confidence in their place kicker. Yep.
Fourth down, and a couple of yards to go for a first down for Denver. They fake. Here comes the pitch. They got the first down and out of bounds. The pitch goes to Chris Brewer, and he's got it first and goal at the 5-yard line.
Boy, is this a great play. Is this a great play. Now watch this play here. They'll take this guy and put him in right in here and fake the ball to him, and they'll come out and run the option. That's a perfect play for the good old run and shoot. Let's take a look at it. There's the fake. Pitches it. Number 1, Smith is trying to cover him, but he can't do it. A great offensive play by Denver.
It's first down and goal for Denver. The game is tied at 24. And here comes the pass play, and out of bounds to the 2-yard line is Chris Brewer.
See, that's the same play they ran over there. If you remember about 6 plays ago, they threw that ball to the left, and he was wide open. I said if he caught that ball, he'd score. That's the same play. They're slipping the fullback in the flat because the middle linebacker is blitzing, and they're hitting him on a hot pattern.
Denver up to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal from the 2-yard line. Mitchell runs it in, touchdown, and Denver takes the lead. Stuart Mitchell from Cornell runs it in for the touchdown. His second running touchdown of the game. And the Denver Dynamite taking a lead of 30-24. And Denver will go for 2. Or what? No, I beg your pardon. They will kick. Coyne is in. He hasn't hit one, either a field goal or point after tonight. Let's see if he can convert it here. The kick is up. The kick is no good. So the long night for Marty Coyne, the Denver kicker, continues. And with 5:58 to play in the third quarter, Denver leads Chicago 30-24. And now Coyne kicks it off to Chicago. Denver leading 30-24, and Reggie Smith out of the end zone. Quickly to the outside. Touchback. And Smith up to the 20 to the 21-yard line. You mentioned, Lee Corso, at the outset of our telecast tonight, the importance of a return man. And Reggie Smith has demonstrated why that is such a key aspect of the game.
He's an excellent football player. Now, there's 21. That's Cotman. He's got the same problem. He's got a cramp. These guys are not drinking enough water on the sideline, and there's Reggie Smith down on the sideline with a cramp. They got to drink a lot of water when you're playing in a game because, see, inside here, you perspire even more because there's no air in here.
And
there's no air conditioning, and it's warm in here. You cannot get across to the people out there enough. When you exercise, drink water. That's all you need to do. There's two guys right there, side by side.
Number 25 for Chicago there on the left of your screen. That's Richard Rogers. He's coming up. The other man, Woody Cotman for Denver. And they're working on his right calf muscle. And there's Reggie Smith who returned the ball. The Iron Men are having trouble with the leg cramps. The first half scoring summary. Here's the first quarter, and Chicago led at one point 10-0 after the Mickemeyer field goal. Then Mitchell with his first touchdown run, 10-6 Chicago. In the second quarter, Denver took a lead of 18-17 after a Mullen 32-yard pass catch from Mitchell, and then Brewer caught a 12-yard pass from Mitchell. That put Denver in front for the first time at 18-17. And so far in the third quarter, it's 30-24, Denver leading. We have had a hold to Smith touchdown pass for Chicago, Mitchell to Trimble, and Mitchell has run one in for 2 Denver scores. Hold back to pass down the middle. He's got his man hit just off his fingertips. No good. Just inches away from Mike Hold.
On this play, it's a really good picture of the quarterback trying to lead the man. You watch, he lays it out there nice and soft. Hinn just doesn't have quite, but he makes a great try, which is an outstanding play there. He beat Friday, who's probably the best defensive back in this league.
Second and 10 for Chicago. Steve Finch, number 80, goes in motion. Hold back to pass. He's got his man Hinn again, and again it is too long. They are working on Larry Friday in that secondary, and a penalty flag was dropped. Holding called against Chicago.
What's your language? You'll get some.
Can you imagine they're trying to go deep on Larry Friday, and yesterday in our coaches meeting, they said the one place they weren't going to go was deep against Friday. You don't think they trust us, do you? I don't think so.
Choose it.
Jim Markham, the Denver coach.
10. Okay. Hey, let's go a little squeeze. I want 32. No. 31 Mackay. Jet. Hey, Jet. Stick. Squeeze.
Now, let me tell you something. If this wasn't a family show, you'd think that was an R-rated session. Can you imagine? Listen to this.
But what he wants is the middle linebacker to blitz the quarterback.
And he wants the Jill to squeeze him, which means get up tight. There you go. See all the guys up tight on him? That's squeeze.
Watch 32 for Denver, Rob DeVita. He's coming in after Hold. Here he comes. Hold under pressure. The throw. It's incomplete. Great pressure on the quarterback.
On this replay, we got number 20, Friday, against number 40, Hinn again. They're starting to work on him. They beat him to the outside, but good reaction by Friday here as he dives. The ball was a little bit underthrown. The reason the ball was underthrown is the quarterback was under such great pressure.
So another field goal attempt here for Nick Mickemeyer.
Remember, Smith blocked the last one.
45-yard attempt. And Mickemeyer's kick is going to be good. 45 yards for Nick Mickemeyer. And that makes it Denver 30, Chicago 27. Well, he can still kick him, Lee.
I tell you right, the difference between the two teams right now is Mickemeyer's beating Marty Cohn in the kicking game.
30-27. The Denver Dynamite leading Chicago by 3. We'll be right back. 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter here in Chicago. Denver, its lead cut to 3 on the Mickemeyer field goal, 30-27. the deep man, number 42, Darrell Taylor, for the Dynamite. And now Mickemeyer will kick off. Low kick, fielded at the 3 by Steve Trimble. At the 15, 20, and grinds it out to the 23-yard line. But Denver with outstanding field position. They're already out to midfield.
Well, the reason is the field's only 50 yards. If you go 4 or 5, you go 10 yards and you got good field position. But
Absolutely.
that's what, hey, listen, that's why we're here. This is entertainment.
Stuart Mitchell, 5 touchdowns to his credit. 2 by land, 3 by air. 3:15 to go in the third quarter. And the Dynamite leading Chicago 30-27. Pat Kane is the center, flanked by Norris and Harris for Denver. In motion goes Trimble. Mitchell looking, now unload. Incomplete and a penalty flag. And pass interference against Troy Hill. He was on the back of Trimble down at the Chicago 8-yard line.
Now, he's shaking his head no, but I'll tell you where that pass interference comes. It didn't come from his right hand, which deflected a ball. It came with his left hand on the back of the guy. Now, watch the replay, and you'll see what I'm talking. Watch as Mitchell throws the ball. You watch Troy Hill make a great play with his right hand, but keep your eyes on his left hand, because that's where the pass interference comes. If we see it right there. See the left hand pushing right there? The right hand was in excellent position. And that official is right on the play, right there.
So the penalty is marked off. That moves the football to the Chicago 19 and gives Denver an automatic 1st and 10. Automatic 1st down on pass interference. 2:50 to play, third quarter. Mitchell, pitch, outside to Brewer. And that defense on those option plays, Lee, just reacts so quickly.
That time, the difference between that defense was that Jim, number 40, was playing in a position instead of Reggie Smith. Now, you watch this play right here. You watch the quarterback. This man will come in motion right here. They'll fake that little trap play. The quarterback will come out and pitch it. But watch number 40 come in there. Well, Reggie Smith wasn't get there. We got Terry Hinn gets there. Now, watch this play right here. There it goes in motion. There's a fake. Now, keep your eye on number 40 right there. Makes a good defensive play.
No gain. It is 2nd and 10. Mitchell lofting it to Trimble and knocked down by Terry Hinn. All right, this young man from Colorado State has come into the game and done a whale of a job.
Terry Hinn was supposed to be their defensive specialist. He was going to be the quarterback substitution. He's done a great job in there. That's 2 big plays in a row. But now one thing about this, in this game, you go right after him again because now he's getting tired.
Terry Hinn. You see Ray Yock talking with his quarterback Mike Holt on the sideline. Terry Hinn was a walk-on for the Rams of Colorado State, but earned his scholarship and was not only a fine receiver, but a great kickoff return man. Mitchell to pass. Throws. Complete. Spinning, grinding down to the 2-yard line. And a beautiful catch by Darrell Taylor.
Okay, what did I tell you? They're going to go right back at him. And the reason they're going back at him this time is because he's tired. That's 3 plays in a row at him. Now watch the replay. Number 40 is isolated man on number 42, Taylor. He gets a little bit of a rub-off on number 20, and he can't cover him, and he breaks it out to the outside. Now that is not a legal play, but it's a completion.
As they fine-tune this game, and the coaches, they may rotate some people to try to give them a breather on the field if it's possible.
Hope so.
Now we've got some movement, and the penalty flags come flying.
False start, number 60 on the offense, 3-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
I'll explain that one to the fans. The false start means that number 60, Chuck Harris from West Virginia, put his right hand down, and then he moved it. As an offensive lineman, once you place your hand down, you cannot move it because it assimilates that you're going to move forward and draw the team offside. That's what it is.
33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Denver leading 30-27 and looking to pad that lead on a 1st and goal. Mitchell. Off the net. Incomplete. That ball is live and in play. Can be caught by the offense for a touchdown and can be intercepted by the defense.
Boy, that was exciting. That's the first time I've ever seen that. That made me stand up. Boy, I tell you, that's exciting. Now, one thing about that, you cannot have you can have pass interference on this, so that they've got to be careful. Now, watch. Mitchell will roll to his right. Everybody's got coverage, man on man. Good coverage by 21. Copman, everybody. Now, watch the ball hit the net. Now, it's live, but you can't have pass interference. Oh, what a great play that would have been if they could have intercepted that one, wouldn't it?
Almost caught by 26. Chris Brewer. That's the end of the third quarter. The Denver Dynamite leading Chicago 30-27, and we'll return in a moment. Back at the Rosemont Horizon, everybody. Bob Rathbun, Lee Corso. Fourth quarter of our arena football premiere. Denver leading Chicago 30-27, and the Denver Dynamite with it, second down from the Chicago 7-yard line. Stuart Mitchell pump fakes, looks left, looks right to the end zone, and it's complete, or is it? Nope, incompleted pass. Boy, a long wait for the call on the sideline as Trimble tried to make the touchdown grab.
Oh, get in the huddle.
Jim Market, the Denver head coach. Built quite a career in the high school ranks in
That's a
Texas.
good play.
He's got some
All
good
right, hey,
assistant
we're gonna
coaches
go.
working with him.
We're going
Tom
to.
Rosley is calling the offensive plays, and so is
right?
Vincent White. It's a
Well,
good
let's
play.
try a field goal, huh?
Third down. Trimble in motion. Incomplete at the 2-yard line. And Bill Stone, number 32, with the pressure on the quarterback, Mitchell. Mitchell, who just missed on that pass in a good third quarter. He was 7 of 11 throwing the ball for 77 yards in the third quarter. Marty Coyne, number 25, has come into the game for Denver, and he will attempt a field goal.
All he's got to do here, Bob, is just relax and make one. That's all. Just make one, it'll be all right.
This will be a 27-yard attempt. Coyne is ready, and the kick, no good. Off the net, can be returned or covered for a touchdown. It rolls out of bounds at a touchback. Darrell Taylor, number 42, his eyes getting bigger and bigger as he saw a potential touchdown, but the ball rolled out of off the end zone there and out of bounds. We'll be right back. 12 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter as Chicago comes up 2nd and 3. Hold the pass. Complete. Sanders. They're incomplete, rather, at the 16-yard line. Hit him right between the 2 and the 6.
Well, what happened there, he took his eyes off the football because he felt they might get hit. He might have been on the sideline when that first quarter hit by that defensive back happened right there and said, hey, I don't want to catch those anymore.
It's going to be third down. And 3 yards to go. Pressure. Hold. And now a whistle blows the play dead. Hold continues to run, but they're going to bring this one back. Well, as we would say in basketball, a pretty quick whistle that time.
Yeah, but let me tell you, last night in the Pittsburgh-Washington game, they got some late hits, and they got criticized, the officials. I think they're a little bit too much sensitive to that right now. That was in the grass.
So now it's a fourth down play.
That's our field goal.
So Nick Mickemeyer is into the game. He'll be kicking from his own 1-yard line. So this is a 57-yard attempt. He certainly got the leg for it. Denver sending a couple of men deep. Taylor back to his own 5. Here's the kick. On its way. It is going to be short. and out of the end zone for a touchback. So Mickemeyer misses from 57 yards. And that attempt to tie the game falls short. And with 11:19 to play, it's still Denver 30 and Chicago 27. One thing about arena football, points can come in a hurry. No deficit will be too great to make up in this game, and no lead will be safe.
And so far, that gentleman right there in Mickemeyer, at 5'8", 180 pounds from Temple, has been the difference in this ball game of keeping Chicago close. Denver really has played better than Chicago, but Mickemeyer has kicked better.
You get the feeling, Dave, that Denver has controlled the game from the start of the second quarter on, but as you mentioned, Mickemeyer has kept them in for Chicago.
They control the game since the fourth down gamble by Ray Yock in the middle backfired.
Quarterback Stuart Mitchell. It's his offense set. And I believe the 30-second clock expired.
Play on the offense, number 2, half the distance penalty. Repeat first down.
So it'll be first down at 12 and a half. As soon as the ball is spotted ready for play, the clock starts. And we've got 10:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Stuart Mitchell has gone all the way for Denver in this game at quarterback. Handoff. Taylor tries to cut the corner. And Russell out of bounds, and he gets over the 5 and out to the 8-yard line.
Terrell Taylor right there is a good-looking football player. Played at Lincoln. He's 5'10", 185 pounds, and ran that little counter reverse that time. That's a good play to get the teams to start one direction and come back and stops them from pursuing so well.
Second down, and about 8 yards to go. Denver leading it by 3, 30-27. Trimble in motion. Mitchell a pass. Looks, and he's got his man. Trimble near midfield, over the 20, and about to the 23-yard line. That gets him out of a hole. First down at 10, Denver. Trimble's done yeoman's work in this game.
I'm impressed with Trimble, and one thing I'm very impressed with him is he knows how to throw the ball hard, but yet that one he just laid in there nicely, had the guy wide open. He took a little bit off of it and got the completion.
9:20 left. Two wideouts. Friday and Taylor. Mitchell to pass. Almost intercepted. Incomplete at the Chicago 20. Eddie Phillips, who was a Big Ten star in Iowa, almost came up with that ball.
And real good pressure that time on the quarterback. It looks like the idea is if they can't get the Mitchell real quick, they're going to have to put the pressure on him. That was a terrific play right there by Phillips. Eddie Phillips was a second-team All-Big Ten player in 1982 for the Iowa Hawkeyes. A Chicago native.
And he has the distinction of being the first player signed to an arena football contract.
I can see why he's an excellent football player.
Second and 10. Mitchell throws complete to Trimble over the 25 and down to the Chicago 21-yard line. Hit and brought down by number 25, Richard Rogers.
Number 25, Rogers there, is from California, but watch this hit right at the end of the play. You're going to see him get nice and low and makes a good tackle right here. Watch. He comes up into control. Wow, and hits him right underneath the chopper. Good play.
This game was made for Richard Rogers of California. He was the man who was involved in that 5 lateral touchdown play against the Stanford Cardinals. So Rogers figures to play this game very well indeed. Here's the pitch. And it's coming to Brewer. Keeps those legs churning, and he's out of bounds at the Chicago 17. Stone and Phillips combined on the stop. 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. One of the differences, and they're going to have to measure for the first down. certainly one of the differences from a coaching standpoint, Lee, as we watch this arena football game, you got 7:15. Here's Denver with a 3-point lead and moving the ball. And that clock continues to move. And if you're Chicago, even though you're 3 points down, you hate to get down 7, 10 points here.
The only difference is
the clock really moves on them.
Yeah, but you can score so quick because the field's not so long. I don't think a ball team in a looks like an arena football, you're not out of this ball game unless you're 25 points behind, because you can get some off the net, you recover fumbles and everything else. I think it's a great game to watch because neither team is out of it till the very, very end. It isn't like in some games where you get behind by 2 touchdowns and the team, you can't catch them. You know, this game is going to.
That's a great point, Lou, because old habits are hard to break, and you look up at that clock and you say, hey, that thing's melting down to nothing. We got to get going.
Absolutely, and you can get going. Ray Yock is saying right now.
Here's the rushing yardage so far today. Chicago trailing by 3 at -9 on the ground.
The reason Denver's got the rushing yardage is Mitchell, the quarterback. He's an excellent runner.
1st and 10 for the Denver Dynamite. Mitchell looking long to the end zone, off the net. Oh, it's out of play.
You know what? He could play here all afternoon and not miss that net. That net is 30 feet wide and 35 feet deep, and he missed it. But he was trying to throw that ball off of it like a Hail Mary pass. We should call that one a Hail net.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
There's our first controversy. Do you give an arena football back? We better. We already got 6.
6:10 to play, 4th quarter. Trimble in motion. Inside handoff goes to Taylor. He breaks clear, gets inside the 15, and wiggles his way to the 11-yard line. Sanders made the tackle.
There's that little counter trap play we talked about with Taylor coming in the inside trap. That's also the play, remember, where they'll fake that play and run an option. Now you watch 42, it goes in motion. Watch a little inside trap. Good trap by number 60, Chuck Harris. He trapped the man and he got in there. And I would not be surprised to see that same kind of action, only them run an option this time.
Terrell Taylor was a running back at Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri, the Blue Tigers. And now in arena football. 5:20 to play. Denver leading by 3. It's 3rd down. Mitchell throws, complete, Trimble, touchdown. Nice catch and run on a quick play by Steve Trimble, the former Maryland Terrapin. And Denver now leads 36-27 with the extra point coming up.
All right, look at that enthusiasm down there. I love to see that down there. That was a great play by Mitchell. You know, Mitchell is impressive to me, 6'3", 205, but I knew he would be. He lettered in basketball as a freshman for Cornell. That means he's got great athletic ability.
.508 to play in the game. And Marty Coyne will try the point after touchdown. And the kick is no good. So Denver misses another opportunity to tack on another point, but their lead is 9. 5:08 to play in the game. And Denver on top.
In this reconstituted, freeze-dried, pre-mixed world of ours, it's hard to find a breakfast that's totally made from scratch.
Syrup on that?
Well, at Hardee's, our biscuits are made just that way, with no shortcuts like some other guys use. But then that's probably why they taste so good, and why at Hardee's we can truly say we're out to win you over.
Quarterback Stuart Mitchell of Denver has been involved in 6 touchdowns tonight. He's passed for 4 and he's ran for 2. And Denver now leading at 36-27 with 5:08 to play in the game. But enter into the picture the most exciting man in arena football, number 1, Reggie Smith. and he can get Chicago right back in this game in the blink of an eye.
He catches them, he returns punts, he plays defense. He hurt his shoulder, remember, making a tackle. What an all-around athlete.
Here's the kick, and they squib it, and it's taken by Stone. And he gets it over the 25 and down to the Denver 21-yard line.
You talk about field position. They're only 21 yards away from a touchdown.
But what it did show was the great respect for Reggie Smith.
I know, but 21 yards. 2 plays and they score.
It's going to take a little getting used to.
I would think so.
First down and 10 for Chicago at the Denver 22. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. A running clock until the last minute of the quarter. Hold. Mike's looking. He's short on the pass, and a penalty flag is thrown.
We have a personal foul, roughing the passer. First down.
Okay, what did I tell you?
No, number 60, White.
Number 60, Chuck Harris, hit the quarterback. But I'm telling you, that was not really a flagrant penalty, but they're so conscious of last night's game. If you watch on a replay, watch number 60 here. Your quarterback will start to roll out, Hold will, and as he throws the ball, he will hit him right now from the back. A little bit shaky, but still, they want to protect those quarterbacks because they're so valuable in this league.
The lifeblood of this game.
Oh.
First down and 10. Now the football at the Denver 13. Hold the pass, gets away, throws to Reggie Smith, the quick feet, gets away, and now out of bounds. Just shy of the 10-yard line. Mullen came up, his opposite number 1, to make the tackle. 4:10 to play. Clock moving here in the fourth quarter. Denver 36 and Chicago 27, and the Bruisers have the ball.
They're 9 behind, but that's not very much because a touchdown, an extra point, and one of those net jobs, and they're back in the ball game.
Hold, looking, throwing, complete, touchdown, Chicago. Ken Sanders.
And Mike Holt.
The Bruisers have cut it to 3. 36-33 with the extra point coming up, but now Nick Mickemeyer coming into the game can cut it to 2. Out of the Mike Hold placement. The kick is good. Mr. Automatic, Nick Mickemeyer. 3:47 left to play in the game. And the Denver lead is down to 2. We'll be back with the Chicago kickoff and a 2-point game at the horizon.
Quarterback, watch number 40, Trimble try to cover number 26. He can't cover him. He gets inside position like basketball, and Hold drills it to Ken Sanders from Weber State, and they're in there. Isn't this exciting?
A 2-point game with 3:47 to play. Taylor is the deep man. They're on their feet in Chicago. Mickemeyer's kickoff. And this one's going to be off the net and playable. That's a live ball. Denver's got it. And inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. Injured player for Chicago is Troy Hill.
I tell you what, I know this is tough. I did this before the game, right? Watch. The ball comes back over his head. It bounces, and he doesn't know what to do. But I'll tell you what, that's not the toughest thing. Is number 40 had to go back and pick that up. Tim Trimble had to go pick it up and said, hey, Taylor, why didn't you get that ball? So I didn't have to go back and get it. 21 Troy Hill is hurt down there. It looks like they're working on his leg. Hopefully it's still a cramp, and I think it might be. The trainer, Phil Graham, and the trainer, Larry Franca, Graham from Chicago and Franca from Denver, got to be the most valuable trainers in the history of football. They've been out there more than the referees.
3 minutes and 43 seconds remain. It's a 2-point lead for Denver, 36-34. The kicking game is certainly going to be a big aspect here down the stretch. And Mickemeyer, if Chicago can get it back here, you got to think Mickemeyer can win this game with a kick.
Absolutely, but you know what? Fate would have it. Probably this will happen. The last play of the game, Marty Cone. I mean, Cone will kick one and win the game and go off a hero, right? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, I'm not pulling for them, but I mean, that would really do that kid a lot of good, wouldn't it? To make one all night and make it when he wins the champion or win the game.
Well, that would be the Hollywood ending. And you're taking a look at the Chicago players here and coming off the field. There's Marty Coyne on the bench. He's had a lot to think about tonight. He's had a tough go of it, missing his field goals and extra points. And he may yet be called on to make an important kick. And that man has been through the wars for many years, 37-year-old Nick Mickemeyer. And he has been just sensational tonight.
Now, the game has got to be won with the Chicago defense right there. They've got to hold them on this series and give the offense one more chance.
Mitchell back to pass. Looking. That's a safety. Oh, no. It's a touchdown. Chicago's got the ball. The Bruisers take the lead. Mike McCurry of Chicago knocked it loose. Bruisers lead with 3:28 to play. With a 4-point lead, Chicago opts for the 2-point play. They're going to try, more than likely, to pass it here. They've asked the ball to be placed on the far hash mark. Bruisers going for 2 here. Hole, rolling right, looking to throw. Passing back, hangs it in the corner of the end zone. It is good! Ken Sanders. With lightning-like swiftness, Chicago has taken the lead, 42-36. With 3:28 to play in the game. Here comes the kickoff. It's going to be out of the end zone with a touchback. So the Denver Dynamite, which with 5:08 to play in this 4th quarter, led 36-27. But Denver has come back on a Chicago's come back on a 13-yard pass play from Hole to Sanders, a touchdown when Denver lost a fumble in the end zone, and Kenny Sanders with a 2-point pass. So now Denver trailing 42-36 with the ball first and 10 on their own 5-yard line. Trimble in motion. Pass incomplete at the 50-yard line. Intended for Brewer. Sanders defending. It'll be 2nd down at 10. The clock continues to move.
Remember we just talked about it. We looked up to there about a minute ago. They were down by 9, and all of a sudden they're up by 6. This is arena football at its best, at its finest, right here.
See the clock, top part of your screen. It is 2nd down and 10 from the 5-yard line. Trimble and Friday come wide to the right of your screen. And now Trimble in motion. Mitchell back to pass, firing, incomplete. Off the hands of Trimble, number 40, and that makes it 3rd down.
Bill Stone, number 32, the middle linebacker, is putting a lot of pressure on Mitchell. It looks like they feel like in this 4th quarter that they can't win without putting the pressure on number 2, Mitchell. Now there's a coach. That's Tom Losley right there with his left finger up. He's talking to the quarterback, and there's Tim Larkin.
Okay, first. We're right here to first.
He can't cover me. He's tired.
Come back to that.
Let's go with it. Wing post.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, left. Okay.
All right, what they've called is a wing post. That means one of the inside receivers on the left side is going to go down about 8 to 10 yards and break across the middle towards the post. Now, the problem they have is protecting Mitchell. If they give him time, he can hit this pass and make a big play out of it. What the defensive coaches are saying down here on the side is you see Dick Mosley, who's the defensive backfield coach and coordinator for Chicago team, is talking to number 32, who just went back in there. And if he blitzes, watch out. It could be a big play for Chicago or a big play for Denver. Now, Ray Yock is telling Hull right there, we've got to keep the football because this game is not ever out of reach of the opponent.
No lead is too big. No deficit, too much to overcome in arena football. 2:08 to play in the fourth quarter. 42-36 Chicago. Stuart Mitchell, number 2 from Cornell, the quarterback for Denver. He's ready. Trimble in motion.
Watch a guy up the middle. Right the guy. Oh!
Pressure. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Now they're calling safety. 2 more points for Chicago. Brent Johnson, number 65, with the pressure on Stuart Mitchell. And that makes it 44-36 Chicago.
Okay, that's exactly what we thought was going to happen. Number 32, Bill Stone put the pressure on him. And Brent Johnson, number 65, makes the tackle. Safety is 2 points.
Kick off from the goal line.
Now, on this replay, watch the middle linebacker, number 32, put the pressure. Remember, I told you it could be a big play for Chicago or Denver, and it ended up being a big play for Chicago. They put the pressure on the poor kid, and he didn't have enough time.
Brent Johnson, number 65, made the tackle. And 32, Bill Stone with the pressure as well. A tip of the cap to Brent Johnson, Lee Corso, because there's a young man who was an All-Southern Conference player at Tennessee, Chattanooga, and he's played both ways tonight and still had enough left to make that charge at the end. 2:03 to play in the game. Chicago leads by 8.
This is where Mike...
Of arena football. And Terry Hinn, our Iron Man, in tonight's game. After the safety, Denver kicks off from its own goal line. And Reggie Smith is the deep man for Chicago. He's on his own 5-yard line. Marty Coyne will be kicking off for Denver. Here's the kick.
Watch out.
Smith.
Watch out. What I tell you?
It's a live ball picked up by Terry Hinn, and he's knocked down at the 5-yard line.
Bob, that's a perfect example of what I was saying, how you could get back in this ball game. If that play would have been 6 inches more, Denver would have had the football right there and be back in this game. You're never out of arena football. And I just got a note there. Downstairs right now, there's a line stretching from the box office to the doors next door for people buying season tickets for the remainder of the season with the Chicago Ball Club.
1:50 to play in the game. 44-36. Chicago leading, and the Bruisers with it. Mike Holt, former South Carolina Gamecock, a quarterback. Smith in motion, handoff. Here he goes, Bill Stone, and he gets it over the 5 into the 8-yard line.
Boy, is this Stone tough. I tell you what, he played at Adams State at 5'10", 215 pounds, and you watch him smack it. This is a regular belly play. Now watch him. He breaks the tackles. 1 tackle there. In fact, you really guaranteed, you always judge a football player on how many yards he makes after the first contact. Now don't forget, you could go for 2, so this game's not over. It's 44-36. If Denver scores, they go for 2, right? They tie it. We go into the first overtime in the history of arena football right here in Chicago.
1:27 to play, and coming up immediately following our arena football telecast from Chicago, ESPN's acclaimed Sports Center. We'll bring you up to date on everything that's happened in sports today. The latest on the U.S. Open out in San Francisco. And all the baseball news, all coming up on Sports Center right after our game. It's second down and 6. A minute 27 to play here in the fourth quarter with Chicago leading Denver 44-36. You mentioned Bill Stone. He played at Adams State for the Indians, probably the second most famous football player to come out of Adams State. The other was Don Cockcroft, who used to kick left-footed for the Cleveland Browns.
They need to get him out of retirement and put him on the Denver team tonight.
1:27 left. The ball ready for play, and Mike Cole comes up under his center, Brent Johnson. Rodgers in motion, and the line jumps. Penalty flags go down.
That's a perfect example of the left guard, number 60, McCurry, moving his hand. Watch.
We have a false start on the offense. Number 60, 3-yard penalty, replay second down.
Tim Markham trying to figure out a way to get the ball back.
I tell you what, it's exciting because here's the most important thing to understand about this game. The fact that the two-point play in pro football can make the difference between you win or lose it. If it wasn't the two-point play, they'd be out of the game right now.
Rodgers again in motion. Hold will hand off. Fullback Stone. Out to about the 8-yard line. Denver frantically, the coaches desperately wanting a timeout, and finally they stop the clock with a minute 17 to play. So the Bruisers of Chicago coming back with a big fourth quarter rally. They've taken a lead over Denver, and we'll be right back. Denver 44-36 with a minute 17 to play in the fourth quarter. Mike Cole. He's going all the way for the Bruisers. There's a handoff, another one to Bill Stone. And the play is blown dead, although the ball popped loose. Stone advancing it out to the 10, and the clock will run down to the 1-minute mark, and we'll have the warning. Now the clock stops with 1 minute remaining in the game.
All right, listen up.
So it will be fourth down.
Block 7, okay?
Here's Tim Martin.
Get that return. We got a minute. We're gonna win this football game. Okay, we're gonna first one tie it, and then we're gonna win it. Okay? So let's block 7. Let's get good penetration in there. Darrell's back. Let's go. Block 7, and then try to, after they block, peel off over here. Right return. Hey, come here. We're gonna block 7, and then you return it right. Tell them.
Well, that was self-explanatory. Block 7 means they're coming from the left side, the 7 being the odd number, and they're going to return it back to the wide field. Now let's set the situation. They've got a minute to go. The clock stops, remember, after incomplete passes, so they've got plenty of time. They can score, go for 2, and tie it.
Nick Mickemeyer on fourth down will try a field goal. This coming from his own 3-yard line. So this will be a 55-yard attempt. Here comes the kick. It is up, and it is going to be caught. And now returned. Taylor gets it out to the 10-yard line with 50 seconds to play. So Denver, 8 points down. Can use a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send this game to an overtime period.
And the key part of this ball game will be right now if they can keep number 32 Stone away from Mitchell, the quarterback. If he gets time, he can win this game.
They're going to go deep. Gary Mullen, touchdown, Denver.
All right, I got to go for 2 now.
Gary Mullen with his second touchdown reception of the game, and the Denver Dynamite exploding for the touchdown.
Pick. Listen, you pick go. We're going to go run a go. Now, okay, hey, tell him to pick that guy.
Now, I'll tell you what, they're going for 2, and what he said right now, they're going to They're going to try to pick him. They're going to put a man in motion, and they're going to do exactly what we did at halftime. Two guys are going to pick one. They're going to hit a guy in the flat. He's going to score. It's going to go. The arena football is going to be tied.
There you see the different ways you can score. The 2-point opportunity for Denver here allows them to tie the game with 43 seconds to play. 44-42 Chicago. This for 2 points to tie it. Mitchell throwing back. It's complete to Gary Mullen, and this game is tied at 44. Incredible. With 5 minutes to go in this game, ladies and gentlemen, Denver led Chicago 36-27. Now, with 43 seconds to play, it's tied at 44.
Picture on number 1, Gary Mullen of West Virginia. The quarterback gets time. What did I tell you? If you give him time, there's no way this kid can't beat you. Mitchell, number 2, throws the 1. Mullen, touchdown. He beats Rogers, that good player from California, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Now the spotlight shifts to number 1, Reggie Smith of Chicago, and here's the kickoff, and Smith will jump up, catch it. Oh, he's out of the end zone. And that'll be a touchback. Boy, a tough break for Chicago. Now the ball comes out to the 5-yard line. Smith had a tough call. He was trying to judge whether that ball was going to hit the net or the support, or whether or not he could catch it on the fly.
Great athletic play by Smith, because I'll tell you what, that was a close play. Could have gone either way. But now here's the situation. They've got the quarterback hold that can throw the football straight, and they got the number 1 weapon, though. They got Nick Mickmeyer. Remember that name, because it's going to come down here about a 30-yard field goal for the game.
Stay with us. Sports Center to follow. 43 seconds remaining in the game. Mike Holt back to pass, under pressure, gets away, throws it deep. He's looking long, and it's going to be incomplete in the end zone for Ken Sanders. Hit the turf hard, did Sanders. Slow and coming to his feet. Now pops up and runs back to the huddle at the other end of the field.
You know, it's amazing to me, and I really don't want to get too enthusiastic, but the endurance of these players. They've been playing here hard for almost 59 minutes, or almost 60 minutes, and they're still giving it all. What a great effort they are. Endurance. There's Mickmeyer, could be the difference.
Mike Holt back to pass with 35 seconds to go, going for Reggie Smith, and it's incomplete. And the 2 number 1s, Mullen of Denver and Smith for Chicago, were as close as you can get going down that sideline.
Oh, that was tremendous. I'll tell you what.
Leg cramp.
And there goes a cramp again. Now, we're going to have a replay on this, because we're going to see 2 of the finest athletes in this game. Smith, number 1, against Mullen, number 1. This is arena football again, one-on-one, man coverage, fighting for the football. Good play. Excellent play. He's down with a cramp again. Now, one of the reasons also they're having a lot of cramps, remember, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are playing both ways. There's no rest for these guys.
It is second down. So Chicago will have another couple of cracks at it before this man will move into the picture. Nick Mickmeyer, a long-time NFL kicker, the Atlanta Falcons, Buffalo Bills, went to the Pro Bowl back in 1973 with the Atlanta Falcons.
Interesting story about Mickmeyer. We signed him, or had him ready to play for the Orlando Renegades in the United States Football League. I've been coaching that guy right now. I tell you what, here's a situation that's important. If they don't make a first down, at least they've got to make some kind of yardage up there, because it's 3rd down, and they got to get him at least 5 or 10 more yards so he can make it.
There are Mickmeyer's field goal numbers. 30 seconds to play. Mike Holt, here's the option pitch. And out to the 15, and very close to a first down. It's going to be short. It's going to be short, it appears, as Bill Stone took it out near the 15-yard line. Let's see where they spot the ball, and it is shot.
Yeah, but you see what they did that time? They tried to make 8 or 9 yards. They'll call a timeout right now with about 5 seconds or 6 seconds to go and give Mickemeyer the last play of the game. Watch. They'll get down to about 2-1, call a timeout. All right,
There
now
it is.
he's got a chance. Back there, he had no chance. Here, he's got a chance to win the game.
So 2 seconds remain. And Nick Mickemeyer moves center stage in Chicago. He is 2 for 8 in field goal attempts in this game. He's 4 for 4 in PATs. His longest was 45. He missed a 57-yarder earlier here in the second half. This will be spotted from the 6-yard line. So it'll be a 52-yarder.
Let's go over what happens if he doesn't make it. We go to an overtime. So don't leave, folks. Don't go out and get a cold drink or anything. Don't turn off the television set. If he doesn't make it, there'll be a 7.5-minute overtime. They'll flip the coin. Each team will at least get the ball once. It's more exciting than anything you've ever seen, so don't leave it. If he makes it, we win. Chicago does. If he doesn't, we got overtime.
And it can be returned. Don't forget. If it's off the nets or short.
Ball recovered.
Blocked. Angles out of bounds. And the game, regulation time, is over, and we've got an overtime here in Chicago. So Mickemeyer's 52-yard attempt to win it was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and we've moved to an overtime period.
Now, this is what happens now. Each team will get 2 timeouts. There'll be a 7.5-minute overtime after a 3-minute rest period. So to have a flip of the coin, just like a regular game, one team will get it. Now watch this. They put a bunch of guys in the middle, and they block it with one hand up there and deflects it. It was a tough play because, number one and most important, that's a long way to kick it. Now watch, they get penetration in the middle, and one arm will come right up there and kick and deflect it. All right, there's a 3-minute break in the action right now to get the players so they can get themselves rested. The coaches can go over the theories. They'll have a flip of the coin. Number 10, Hole is going out there for the Chicago team. They'll flip the coin, and it'll make a decision. 7.5 minutes of play. It is not sudden death now.
Okay?
At least both teams will at least get the ball once.
7.5 minutes of football. Yeah. You better check it.
Check that before we go play.
Huh? I'm right. These guys are... Oh, okay.
They're having a discussion with Tim Larkin on who's right. But now out on the field comes Mouse Davis, the former Canadian United States Football League head coach, who is now director of football operations to straighten the situation out. He's the gentleman that invented this offense, the run and shoot.
Each team gets the possession. Right, each team gets the possession. No one scores, or you both score, or whatever. Yeah, but if you fuck your possession up, then that's it. You know, if you fumble, intercept, or whatever, that's your possession. Right, and then they get the ball. If they don't make it, it's sudden death. Right. Television wants a commercial after the talk.
44-44, Denver and Chicago in our premiere of arena football on ESPN.
Isn't it this is amazing. They talked about last night's game, right? 48-46, and they said, how are they going to top it? We said, we'll have overtime, right? Now, one of the things we did before the game, we went out and talked to the officials about overtime just in case, and that's why the information we're giving you is right.
The toss.
White has won and will receive. Where you kicking?
The Denver will get the kick as we start the overtime. And we'll be back with the overtime period when we return to Chicago in just a moment. Overtime with Chicago kicking off to Denver. Nick Mickemeyer will be booting it deep. And Darrell Taylor back deep for Denver. Here comes the kick, and it's going to be off the net and picked up by Denver. And the return to 5, 10, breaks outside and over the 10 to the 12-yard line goes Chris Brewer. And now, arena ball rules expert Lee Corso will explain the overtime.
Okay, according to the officials before the game, there's a 7.5-minute period right now. Denver won the toss, so they get the football. Now remember, after this, Chicago will get at least one chance with the football, unless Denver scores 9 consecutive points. So basically what you're saying is this. Denver gets the ball, moves it down, sees what they can do. Chicago gets it. They go back and forth. At the end of 7.5 minutes, if it's still tie, it's a tie game.
Stuart Mitchell, and quarterback for Denver, under pressure, unloads, he's got a man open, Mullen, and it's incomplete at the Chicago 20. And the quarterback is hurt. Mitchell just now getting to his knees in the end zone. It'll be second down and 10, and the clock moving with 6:40 to play in the overtime period.
Well, they immediately went to one, Mullen deep again, trying to get the big play.
Mitchell, 256 yards on a 50-yard field. Going deep again. Over the middle, complete, a touchdown for Denver. Darrell Taylor scores. And Denver leads 50-44. Beautiful catch and run.
Put it right between, you see those little pipes right there? Put it right between those pipes, okay? All right.
Tim Markham talking to his kicker, Marty Coyne. Marty put it right between the uprights.
All right, here's a perfect pass. Number 42, Taylor beats number 26, Sanders, one-on-one. Remember in the beginning of the show, we talked about one-on-one man coverage. It looks great. For the fans, it's tough to do.
Going to kick, and it's no good. Wide to the left. So it remains a 6-point Denver lead at 50-44 and 6:11 to play in the overtime period.
Let's go into what happens if Chicago gets the football, goes down and scores and kicks the extra point at 7-6. They still keep playing till 7.5 minutes is up.
Now, if Denver can somehow score
on this play and go ahead by 9 without a play, boom, they win the game. So in other words, if this young man kicks it there and Denver falls on it, we can go on home.
Hinn is back rather than Smith. Reggie out with a hamstring injury. Here comes the return by Hinn. 5, 10, and stopped at the 10-yard line. Woody Cotman out of Emporia State was there to bring him down. And he also got some help from 65, John Norris. So Chicago's got a shot at it now, trailing by 6 at 50-44, and 6:06 to play. Overtime from the Rosemont Horizon. These two teams have played football just about 3 hours, going offense and defense.
Great tribute to their endurance.
Hole throwing. Incomplete. Too long for him.
That play didn't work because John Norris, number 65 from American International at 6'3", 260, put a lot of pressure on Holt, and he had to throw the ball a little bit faster than he wanted. There's him still playing hard, offense and defense. Isn't he the Iron Man of the week? Goes to show you. Returns kicks, catches passes, plays defense.
Some of the players in football's first Iron Age, the Broncos, the Gerskies, and the Marion Motley's would be proud on this Saturday night. There's a pass that is out of bounds. 5 minutes to play in overtime. 50-44 Denver.
You know, it's evident that one thing is happening right here. Number 82, Smith, that time, beat number 64, Larkin, and Johnson, number 65. It looks like the defensive linemen of Denver are in better shape than the offensive linemen of Chicago, and they're putting a lot of pressure on them. Here comes Reggie Smith back in the ball game.
And the excitement builds in the arena here as Smith comes in and Hinn goes out.
Tim Markham is walking the sidelines and getting ready to call his defenses. Third
down and 10. Hold is wrapped up. and sacked back just outside the goal line by DeVita. Bob DeVita.
Boy, is he an emotional player, isn't he? Captain of Illinois Benedictine, right here, 6'2", 224. The emotional leader, the captain. He just got a blitz and beat him. Oh, just watch this kid. He's one of my favorites because he plays hard. Watch him. He drives in there. He beats 32 stone to the quarterback, holds, and makes a great play. Everybody's proud of him at Illinois Benedictine.
Chicago takes a timeout. The ball was spotted at the 4-yard line, so it's 4th down. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a break here with Denver leading Chicago 50-44.
If they don't make 15 yards, Denver's going to get the ball and score again.
4th and 17. Hole, scrambling, and that's a safety. So, but that's only 8 points. 8 unanswered points. But it appears that consecutive scores, and they'll untangle things.
It ain't over yet.
It ain't over yet.
Well, the players are coming out onto the field as if it is, but it's only 8 points, and there is the case where the missed point comes back to haunt Denver again.
Well, they better make it up because the people are leaving. They better call the game right now because everybody's leaving and going home. Well,
if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. 3:54 was showing on the clock, but it appears that we are history in Chicago with Denver walking off the field, 8-point winners, 52-44. And the victorious head coach, Tim Markham of the Dynamite, congratulating his players on a long night's work. Denver wins 52-44, and we'll return to Chicago right after this timeout.